Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Comedy Spot. I'm Brian Crawl.
And I'm Jack Brown.
And let us be the first to say,
Good morning Comedy Spot. That's right, Brian. This is the first and only news show hosted by two roommates.
Wait, what? I just said that you could use the couch for one night, man.
That's right. I said it on the air. I'm staying on your couch, and so now you have to let it happen. Our first story of the day, it's the big day of giving. So for more on B-Dog, I'm going to turn it over to B-Dog.
Well, thanks everybody for being here. I do have a special report right now to tell you about Big Day of Giving. As you know, the Sacramento Comedy Spot is trying to raise $25,000. Let me give you an update on where we're at with that goal. Here it is, $10,591. Pretty impressive. Thank you so much for everyone who has donated. Thank you especially to hear your story, who matched everybody's donations up to $5,000. So everybody who donated $1 actually donated $2. So thank you, hear your story. Also, I threw in $250 and matched your donations. That's way smaller than $5,000. And we also like to thank Montucky Cold Snacks. They are going to be matching donations later on in another hour of Big Day of Giving. So thank you all for joining us, and thank you to everyone who has donated.
That's amazing. We'll be keeping a close eye on that as it develops. I also donated all the coins I found in your couch. Another developing story that we're following is the manhunt going on for an intruder who broke into Rick's Dessert Diner here in Sacramento. More details as we get them, but on to other headlines.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is in the news again because I keep saying his name. I love that guy.
Bill and Melinda Gates have split up, as well as Jeff Bezos and his wife, making two of the world's richest men eligible bachelors. In other news, I like long walks on the beach, pancetta, getting my back blown out, and I'm single.
In entertainment news, Warner Brothers confirmed a release date for Matrix 4. It's going to be coming out later this year. And I thought Matrix was just for driving. Why? Because I drive a Toyota Matrix.
Checking back in on that developing manhunt regarding Rick's Dessert Diner, the suspect in question has been described as bearded, devilishly handsome, and wearing a distinct sweater. More updates on this as we get them.
The Weeknd became the first male artist to have 3 #1 Billboard songs off the same album in 3 separate calendar years. He still hasn't won this fan over. Why? Because I like Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton.
Go back to you. I want to hear a little bit more of that. In more serious news, circling back to our developing story, the devilishly handsome man in a distinct sweater who broke into Rick's Dessert Diner didn't take anything, but did leave a sixer of Montucky Cold Snacks. Witnesses on the scene described the cold snacks as pleasantly refreshing. More info as we get it.
Weird. Famous LA donut chain Randy's Donuts is expanding to Sacramento, which I think will lead to my waistline expanding. Oh, mama, Papa liked the donut, but don't tell Junior because he'll want some of Papa's donut too.
Lin-Manuel
that was just for you, Jack.
Thank you. Lin-Manuel Miranda in Marvel's Phase 4? Brian sure hopes so. Hey, can you stop writing my headlines?
Ooh, weird. What's the traffic look like out there in the roadways? How the hell should I know? I'm doing the news in here. I can't be in 2 places at one time.
Update on the devilishly handsome man in a distinct sweater who broke into Rick's Dessert Diner and didn't take anything but left a sixer of Montucky Cold Snacks. The police are closing in on 20th and J Street here in Sacramento. They have the whole Mars Midtown building surrounded.
All right, God damn it, I did it. All right, I like Montucky. I wanna like share it with the entire world. So if breaking and entering is a crime, then I'm guilty.
And we're getting word now that the police have apprehended the suspect at Lowbrow. So that was weird, Brian, especially since you said you were extra sober earlier.
Wow, just this. Always time for it's time for the movie review of the week. It's The Greatest Showman. Why? Well, it's just the same as it was last week because I like The Greatest Showman.
That was headlines. Please stick with us. We have a corn report coming up, school report, space report, Patrick report, and an exclusive Coach Ed report. Good Morning Comedy Spot, your place for all the reports.
It just so happens that our reporter in the field just called into the show. It is a special school report with Casey Shingar. Here she is now. Let's bring her in.
Yay!
Hello. I'm at school right now. I'm on prep, so it's just me. I've been working on a classroom library and grading, so this is a sweet break. What am I reporting on?
Well, we would like to know a little bit about what it's like teaching pre, post, during COVID. Don't know if it's COVID.
Okay, so pre would be probably a pretty standard high school experience. I teach 11th grade. And so, sorry, I can hear an echo of myself, so that's why I'm pausing awkwardly. Things were good before COVID. The Saturday before COVID was junior prom, so that was cool. We had one last big shebang, and then we shut down for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
And as of like last week of March this year is when our kids started to come back on campus, and kids were coming 2 days a week, but you would only see them in person 1 day a week, and then your other class meeting, they were online, and they'd switch roles. Who is who?
I heard you do an interview where you said that you may not know what any of your students look like because all you see is their initials on a Zoom call.
Yes, that is true. So if you are now an in-person student, I do know what you look like right here, which is great. And then if you are a distance learning student and you've stayed that way all year, I know your initials very well, and I know your writing voice very well. I have no idea what you look like because also our school photos in our gradebook program are really outdated. So much so that we had a student who went to a private high school for his freshman and sophomore year. Hi, Daniel. And he came to my class his junior year, and I marked him absent for an in-person day, and the attendance clerk said, "Are you certain this kid was absent? He promises he was there." And I went, "Yeah, he's absent," because I pulled up his photo, and I go, "I've never seen this child in my life," because his photo was from 7th grade.
Oh.
And he's 16, so he looks very different. So I grossly apologized, and I was like, "My bad." And then we show him this photo, and he goes, "Oh yeah, that's like 7th grade." So looks different. They grow a lot between 7th and 11th grade.
So 11th grade, do you think that's the horniest of all the grades?
Brian!
You're at an actual school right now. I withdraw that question.
Why are you asking? You know the answer. Yes.
I'm not their health teacher, so I don't have to discuss that as frequently.
Okay.
They're going to do what they're going to do. I'm not their parent. I'm not their morality police. I would love to be a voice of reason and safety and emotional health and consent and like just if you are going to do what you're going to do and you're going to be healthy throughout, you do you. I don't want to know. The most I ever know is when they give me the flashlight of authority at school dances and they send me in because I'm small. And so I'll like walk through school dances and like, here's a huddle and it's going to be a gross huddle. And you, ew, and you walk away.
Oh.
So you turn on the flashlight to break up the
grinding.
Yeah, the
No.
this, not the this.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you not answering that question because if I were less tired, I probably wouldn't have asked.
You
it.
have been up all night. That is
Jack, here, can I bring in Jack? Let's see. Jack, oh shit, look at that.
Hello.
I did that on the fly.
That was very cool.
Jack, do you have any questions for Casey?
Yeah, Casey, you mentioned that you're not the teacher's mother. Any kid ever call you mom? I did that to a teacher one time and I still think about it.
I believe they have at some point, but that's whatever. It just happens. When they get sick, I think they seek someone of a more maternal or paternal presence. Because like when they get sick, they want to get really close to you, and you're like, You just want to like shove their forehead away from you because you're like, no, don't. You're crusty. Like, don't touch me. But no, they don't really call me mom too much.
Has a student ever said "I love you"? Because I said that to a teacher once. Because they were very motherly, like my mom.
What grade?
Oh, this was
Yeah,
in
what
high
grade?
school.
Oh,
this was like
no.
this is like sophomore year.
This is like
And I
Hulu
was
Limited
like,
Series, a teacher.
I was walking out the door and I was like, "Bye, I love you," and I was like, "Bye." That would be for my mom. And then I walked out the door.
I am pretty verbally expressive in class, so I'll say like, "Good morning, I love you. Let's get our day going." So we express that, and it's never an "I love you," but it's never "I love you," but you've got to clean up your desks when you leave. There's never a statement attached to it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is Teacher Appreciation Week, so I'm getting really cute cards and emails from people, and like you can't really see them. Some of these are from kids I did letters of rec for, and these are all from this year. So
Oh, wow.
there's two things that they'll quote me back or quote other people that I didn't realize I had quoted, and then just go, "I loved your class," or I love this part of class. And sometimes the girls will say they love you. I think the boys get very nervous about that expression. So
Well, we're very insecure, even at 46.
Yep.
it's okay.
Coming from two 46-year-olds, being confirmed.
Yes, as a 46-year-old. And it's certainly an interesting time this week and next week because it's also AP testing. So their nerves are up here. But as the AP teacher, we're like, and the finish line. All right. Study. And you're like, away we go. No, that just is up to promote shows. So kids always ask like, "What's that?" And I get to teach them what an interrobang is because of Comedy Squad, because otherwise it doesn't come up that much. So
See, we're educating children.
yeah, and I use some
Please
ping pong
donate.
rules for good writing, so that helps out too.
Well, listen. Oh, wait. Do you have any other questions for Casey before we let her go?
I mean, I can do more, but go ahead.
I mean, no. I mean, either way, we're good.
Whatever you want to do.
What's the coolest thing that's ever happened to you as a teacher?
And then I have a corollary question. What's the coolest thing that's ever happened to you besides being a teacher?
Coolest thing that's ever happened as a teacher. I don't like it's fun in its own way. It feels like summer camp. Like we're all the camp counselors and the kids are the campers, so they cycle out. The shenanigans we pull behind the scenes is so fun. So like my classroom neighbors are like my big brothers, and we're just
Aw.
goofies. We have ping pong in the center room for passing period right now, but it's for grown-ups only. So the kids are like, "What are you doing?" And we're like, "Sorry, it's COVID. You can't play."
Teachers got ping pong?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Whoa.
brought
We
it
don't
in.
even
We
have ping
Risk.
pong.
We have Risk, we have chess, but those take longer.
Oh,
We have cards, so like during passing period, otherwise you don't see an adult all day with a COVID-friendly teaching schedule. So ping pong lets us stay socially distanced, but still interact.
yeah. That's perfect. This is good.
Yeah, this
It
is
is
really
good.
good. This is
Yeah.
really positive. Casey, you're actually really amazing at answering our very stupid
Yeah,
questions.
this is
very
great.
heartening responses.
Well, I think too, like, I mean, I get thrown goofy questions by 16 and 17-year-olds all day, so it's like,
Yeah.
roll off. Okay,
Even though Brian and I are both 46, we do have the mind of 16-year-olds.
most of us do. So, and that's, oh man, when like a kid farts in class, like, that's so damn funny. It's so funny. It's always funny. It's always funny.
That was going to be one of my questions is like, have you ever saved a kid from an embarrassing situation? Because one time I had a student that had peed himself, and before anybody could see that they had peed, I like ran forward and like did like kind of a dive, like I was protecting the president, and stood in front of him, and then like shoot him backwards out the other door so nobody would see.
Wow.
I don't know that they've done anything too embarrassing. Like, it's really hard to fall out of our desks. That was like the main thing I could think of because I remember seeing that in high school. Thank you. So I'll show you my room real quick because it's in my website. Oh, moving. Here's like the Blair Witch Project.
Oh, wow.
Spaced out because of COVID, and that blue line means that's my safety zone, like in tag, so they can't come on base. The base is mine.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
So things look weird right now, but do you see our desks have the desk attached, so it's 6 legs? Like, you have to work super hard to tip this thing over. so I don't think they're going anywhere.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. In terms of embarrassing, I can't really think of anything. Maybe, oh, you know what? No, there is one. There is one. And it was,
You don't have to share it if it's a private thing.
no, it's not bad. I was just thinking what grade she was in now. I think she's graduated college by now, so I think we're okay.
Okay.
She was in my honors 10 class, and we had just finished Old Man in the Sea, and it's this big, heavy symbolism novel.
Uh-huh.
We teach it for all that, and like, ooh, what's a Christ figure in American literature? Hooray! And at the end, maybe the main character's dead or not, because he remembers his childhood and seeing lions on the beach in Africa. Okay, so like, I forget which country he's supposed to have visited as a child, because I haven't taught that book in years. But this girl writes her final paper about the symbolism of the lions on the beach, but she didn't write lions, she flip-flopped the vowels. So her whole paper was about loins on the beach.
My kind of novel.
I went, what? And I remember asking her, hey, did you proofread this? Did you read this out loud? Yeah. And I go, okay. And she kind of pauses and she essentially asks, like, what's wrong with it? I said, you know what this word means? And she goes, oh, that's a typo. I'm so sorry. I probably misspelled it the whole way through. And I go, yeah, it's also a word. Do you know what loins means? She goes, no. And I said, well, it's anatomy. Nope. She stared, what? You're junk. You're writing about people's junk on the beach. And she turns beet.
Oh,
But her
Good
professor
morning.
in the room,
Good morning.
I didn't out her in front of everyone.
No,
I
it's
just said,
okay.
"I'm writing about anatomy on the beach." And she goes, what? And she was so apologetic, and I said it was fine. And she went on to be really successful, but we talked about, read your essay out loud, double check what words you are saying, and yeah, that ended up being good. For a while there, we had some really good class inside jokes. So normally I do a quote wall, but we haven't been in person, so one boy, I have his sister now, and he graduated a few years ago. At one point, we were talking about transcendentalism. And he goes, so what? They're just a bunch of rich hippies? Like, that's the first hippie movement? These rich, old, dead hippies? And we were having good fun. And he also would go like, that's cool, I dig it. Like, every time we talked about an AP. So we had that's cool, I dig it as like a poster for a bit.
Nice. I agree with Corrine. She says, I want to go back in time and have Casey as the teacher. Yeah, I 100% agree with this.
I'd love to not be 46 anymore.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Listen, Casey, you were a great interview
Yes,
this morning.
you.
Thank you for joining us. We're going to let you go back to molding minds.
Yes, thank you for the Good Morning Comedy Spot exclusive interview.
Yeah, thank you. And we've got 22 days to summer break, so I am ready.
Boop. All right. Thank you, Casey. Have a good rest of your day.
Guys. Bye, thank you.
That was fantastic.
That was excellent. Surpassed all my expectations.
I know. I'm very impressed. Our heads are really big in this. Did they get bigger?
No, dude, we have huge heads.
Okay.
We do. Well, I know I do, and
I
you
do.
kind of do
I
too.
do have a
Yeah.
huge head. Listen, we're gonna do a quick space report.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Brian, I would need to interrupt you as your producer.
yeah.
We have a guest here to see you.
Yeah, perfect. Jack's gonna hook him up. in the
I'm
chair.
I'm double parked, so yeah.
I'm gonna do a quick space report, and then we're gonna bring Gary onto the show in just a second. Here we go. Let's go to the space report first. So, I hit the button, and this is the space report. Thank you so much for joining us. Some very huge things have been happening lately that you aren't even aware of. If you don't know anything about SpaceX, SpaceX is working on a thing called Starship, and just yesterday they did a 10-kilometer or 10,000. I don't know math, but this thing went up and it belly flopped and it came down and then landed on its legs. That's about a 12-story building that flew up into the sky. By the way, they're also making another one that's going to go to the moon and land on the moon. And if you didn't know, I built this rocket right here. No, not that one. I built this rocket. What do they all look like? That's right, folks. Peen. It's Peen. I'm so happy that we are back to doing tons of rockets that looks like Peen. Anyway, that has been the space report. This is my huge helmet. Let's go back to me right here. Now, I know we've been messing around, and Casey was a great interview, but we have a really cool announcement right now. This is an exclusive. I'm very happy to have this guest with us right now. We've only met a couple of times, so we're going to have to catch up on air right now. So please welcome to the show. I got to get the right button. It's here. I swear it's here. Yeah, look at this. It's Gary right there. Hey, would you come in here, Jack, and fix this camera for me, please? Gary, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
It's good to see you.
You too.
You are from Lion Real Estate.
That's right.
We really appreciate you being here. Can you tell us a little bit about what we... We're on top of it.
That's good. Oh, you want me to slow it down a little bit? There you go.
Can you make his head bigger? His head is proportional, and my head is huge, so it makes his head look smaller.
He has a normal body.
Yeah, I know. I'm very jealous. You're totally proportional. Gary, tell us a little bit about yourself before we get going.
Well, I manage an office in Lyon. We got 18 offices as a company across these 4 counties, and so I'm in the Natomas office and West Sac. And so we have a self-directed grant that our agents all contribute to. Actually, 100% of our agents in the office donate to this grant. And what we love about it is we get to select at an office level the nonprofits that we're able to donate to.
Which is awesome. It's a grant called Lions Cares, right?
Lion Cares, yeah.
Lion Cares, which is fantastic. And so just to explain the process, like you had me and other people come into your office and talk to all your agents and tell you about the Comic Spot. And this was like an interview process to get this grant.
And you came and presented. This is why I like this grant, because, if we went to Lion and said, who are we supposed to give our money to? And someone said, well, I think maybe the Sacramento Comedy Spot. Probably it'd be like, no way, right? We're not doing that.
Right, right.
Nobody
Trust
knows,
me, I just did a Peters report, so yeah, I'm familiar.
So, but we've got an agent in the office who has a history here, right? Steve Bloom.
Right.
And so he nominated you guys. So when somebody was nominated, then we dig in and say, okay, why did you nominate this nonprofit? And the more we hear about your guys' organization, it just makes perfect sense, and agents loved it. And it did deviate from what we typically do, right? But it made absolute sense for us, and I think for what you guys do for the community and everything else, especially in these times and everything, what we're trying to do here,
right?
With the selfie globe there and all that stuff, right? So it was kind of a no-brainer. It got done immediately, and here we are. And I have a check that I may have to scale down a little bit.
Well, no, it's okay. I think I can give you a full view here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look at this.
Okay, I don't know if I can't fit my head in here, but we have this check.
Whoa!
Right, for you guys for $5,000.
Wow!
So I can stream it across there. But,
yeah, that's perfect.
But yeah.
That is so awesome. I don't know if you know this about me, Gary, but I cry pretty much all the time. And I'm feeling very emotional right now. I'm going to try and hold it back. I got to be honest with you. It's really funny. Yeah, everyone's calling me out already. They're like, the big question is, will Gary make Brian cry? Yeah, it's coming really quickly.
That's what these are supposed to do. So
it does. First of all, it was really an honor to come and talk in front of your group, and it was ironic because one of the folks that work at your office I was in a play with a long time ago, and he brought up the fact that we were in the play, and I was like, oh, I didn't even recognize you, and then I was like, I was naked in that play.
That's why you didn't recognize
and when I left, I came back and told the board of directors for the Comedy Spot that I think I had blown this because I had told everybody that I was naked. Did this have anything to do with your decision process?
It probably helped.
I knew it.
What is this guy willing to do?
Gary, honestly, on behalf of me, the board, everybody at the I'm getting ready to cry. Damn it! I was trying not to do this.
Well, let me say this real quickly.
Yeah, please.
So one of the things we love about these grants are there's nothing how do I say this, right? So there's nothing wrong with this, cancer association, right? Or any of these large, huge, nonprofits that we can give to, right? But this actually has, it gets a lot of traction when we can give it to an organization that it matters. $5,000 is something you can really use and do something with, right? And we can see the tangible results of what you're going to do with it, right? So, another one that we're giving out today later on is Mercy Coalition, which is a West Sac nonprofit that is just a coalition of churches that bring homeless in and feed them and have wraparound service and all those things. But when we're able to give $5K to them, they get a whole new room built, right? They're able to do a lot with that money, right? And sometimes when you give it to some of these larger, nonprofits, you just know that it's gonna hopefully go to a good cause, right? So we love this. We love that it's this impactful, that we're able to get it in your hands and you do the things you need to do with it, And so that's what makes this program special.
Well, honestly, I can't tell you how much impact this is going to have. Like, it's so important for us. I keep almost crying. No, it means a lot. It means a lot to me, the board, every performer that's ever walked through this door, anybody that's ever taken a class. Oh, man, that's terrible. Okay, stop it. No more crying.
I see you got a snort in there, too. That was good.
That's what else I do. We should have a snort and a cry count. Honestly, Gary, thank you. And thank you for this great grant. Thank you for Lion Real Estate. We are so grateful. Thank you.
Hey, we appreciate you guys. And I know it's hard with COVID and stuff to get all our people down here, so maybe at a later date we can get a picture with you guys for our wall, and we'll do something together. So
I would love to have you come out, bring your staff. We can get a big picture, and I'd love to invite a bunch of comedians over here just to see how many people you affect. This is huge for us. It's just one more step in getting us back open 100% and back to doing what we do, which is bringing people together through laughter. So thank you, Gary.
Thank you. Thanks for what you do.
All right, let's give Gary a big round of applause. We are going to go over to this camera. Gary, thank you so much. This is so great. By the way, that's the coolest, biggest check I've ever had in my entire life. I can't wait to touch it. Oh no! Okay. Thank you so much, Gary. Appreciate it. One more time for Gary. Let's give it up for him. That's fantastic. Wow! 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 Wow!
Wow.
Oh, man, that was emotional. Will you do me a favor? Tell Sarah to get a picture with the check really quick. Sarah's one of our board members, so I want to make sure that she gets a picture with Gary. Oh, man, this is fantastic. Yeah, Patrick is also a board member. Thank you, Gary. Oh, man, this is fantastic. I don't have any tissues, so I'm just wiping into this mask.
That's my mask. Hey.
Yikes. I'll give it back after the show.
Oh, thanks. That's what I was worried about. Yeah, get those claps going in the chat for Gary.
Yeah, that's great. So cool. So cool. Also, we have to really make sure, too, that we say thank you to Stephen Bloom.
Yes.
Just to give you an idea, Stephen Bloom was one of our first board members. He actually gave the Comedy Spot a loan so that we could pay for all the fees associated with becoming a nonprofit, which are substantial. And so if it wasn't for that from Stephen Bloom, I swear we wouldn't even exist, right? But then on top of that, he nominates us for this award, and we get this award, and it's at a time when we need it more than anything else. So, thank you, Stephen Bloom.
Thank you, Stephen Bloom.
All right. I swear that's the last time I'm going to cry during the news.
Why are you lying? Oh, during the news. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, just not the rest of this event, but just for the news. Jack, where are we at?
We are heading into Patrick's report.
Oh, fantastic.
We have a report from our field reporter, Patrick Blanson.
Yeah, let's take a look here.
Hey Brian, hey Jack, this is Patrick and I'm reporting to you from my kitchen on this big day of giving. And guess what? I am bringing back Cooking with Patrick, and today we're going to make beef stew. So let's get started. Cooking with Patrick, and one of my favorites, beef stew. And also, please don't forget to donate to Big Day of Giving. Back to you, Brian and Jack.
Thank you so much, Patrick, for that. You made everybody hungry here for sure. We have one more special guest with us in the studio. Very happy. You've seen this person before. They have really helped us out all the way through COVID. Reporting on getting back in the game, it's Coach Ed. Oops,
Good morning, everybody.
That's
hey,
the right one.
Brian, thank you. Thank you so much for passing it over to me. How's everybody doing out there? I'm so happy to be back here in the studio, no less.
Right.
I'm allowed. We're fully vaxxed, which is good.
Which is good.
Thank you. If you can, everybody get out there and get vaxxed. It's important to remember, though, whether you're fully vaxxed or not, we still got to stay 6 feet apart. 6 feet. That's 2 arm lengths if you're tall, 3 arm lengths if you're, an average size person, which is fine. We love all types of talls or shorts or normal size people. I don't know about you, but I am not good at talking to people anymore. So comment below if you know, if you've been in a situation where you've been in front of a person and have lost steam and you've decided, I wish I was in my sweats at home watching my Netflix. I've been there. I've been there for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here's a thought. Next time that happens to you, in your mind think, what would Ed do? Or what would Gary do? Because I know for sure Gary would have a good little quip or idea or mention about all of his stockpile of big checks he has in his office. Think of some little tidbit that you think would re-gear the conversation. Or be honest. Say, man, I lost my steam. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Honesty is the best policy.
It's true.
Listen, y'all, we've all been through this year together. There is a shared experience here. Make a connection on that. Now I'm looking right at you. You might be at home. You might be at work, which thank you for being at work again. I hope it's only a hybrid situation like I am at school. Miss Casey also at school, but there's a hybrid situation. Either way, I know, I'm looking right at you. We did this. We made it. We're going to get through this even farther, and we're going to make sure everybody is included. And I love you. All right.
Wow, Coach Ed, that was amazing.
Oh, well, I don't know. That something came over me. I just, it's really beautiful. I keep thinking about all the community that's coming out and supporting, and Montauk cold snaps.
Yeah.
They're coming and they're going to match some donations later on today.
Yes.
Which I'm just, beside myself, peepawing about. That just makes me so excited. Listen, y'all, there's so much more going on every single hour of the day today. Yeah. So if you can't be here the whole time, that's understandable. But come on back whenever you can.
Yeah.
You don't have to be watching to donate.
That's right. Coach, I'm flabbergasted because usually you say things like, like crawl, it's just a break, throw some dirt on it, get back in the game.
Yeah.
But you've said the most profound things that anybody said during this entire broadcast so far.
Well, I just stick to what my heart says. I think about what we've all had to struggle through. And I definitely take an extra thought, and there's a new perspective. Mm-hmm. Everybody's going through something. Before I was all get your head in the game, 110%, no matter what, go, go, go.
Right.
But now we've all had a moment to breathe, reflect. There's been some loss, there's been some birth, there's been some regrowth. And it's time to get back out in there in the game, but remember to take a breath.
Coach, thank you.
Brian, thank you, really.
This has been amazing, seriously. I feel good.
I feel good too. You know what, Casey, next ping pong game, we do, I'm in, I do it. I'm pretty slick with my backhand and my forehand.
She's done for when you get back in there.
Mm-hmm. Safety.
All right.
Safety though, 6 feet. All right.
Yeah, Coach Ed, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Always.
We hope to have you back in the studios soon.
Oh yeah, especially now that we've got a little more protection.
Right.
I know I'm still wearing my mask out in public.
Me too. I have this one, and I have this one that I've been, that's Jack's that I've been snorting in the whole
Snorting
time.
around
I
in.
put all my cocaine in it and snort it right out of there.
Yep, that's
Yep.
good. Yeah, there are some with pockets in it now. There's a whole newfangled. My wife's on, the Amazon and the Etsy,
Right.
getting all different kinds of masks. There's one where you could, there's a little hole there, you flip it, and the hole, you can put your straw, sip your drink.
That's great.
I mean, there's one for your cell phone pocket. There's all kinds. My wife just finds them. I don't know. I mean, you spend so much time on the internet these days.
Right. do you have a final thing you'd like to say to the people at home?
Yeah, Brian, always. I'm going to leave y'all with something that I want you to remember. It's okay to laugh when you wanna. It's okay to cry when you wanna. But it's not okay to get up in someone's face still. Okay? Stay 6 feet. Stay 6 feet.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much.
All right.
Have a
Thanks,
good
Brian.
night. Thank you.
See y'all, everybody. Be safe out there.
All right. That was Coach Ed. Well, let's give it up for Coach Ed. It was so nice to have Coach Ed in the studio. We are just about ready to wind up the Good Morning Comedy Spot show, but I want to remind you that right after this, our programming goes to, we have to be able to pay the bills. So next show coming up is Selling Out, which is a great midday show having you be able to buy items from two fantastic people. I can't wait for you to see the show. Yeah, everything is flying by. We'll be back here at 10 o'clock. Let's bring Jack back in here to wind everything up. How you doing, Jack?
I'm doing better than you are. You just said good night to Coach Ed.
Did I say
Yes, you
good
did.
I think after this, I'm going to take a walk outside.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
Is there sun out?
Yeah,
Honestly, I haven't seen it yet.
yeah. There's sun out. It's almost 10 a.m.
Is that a thing?
The show is called Good Morning Comedy Spot. You ended it by saying good night. Man, Gary was cool.
Oh, Gary was pretty cool, and Coach Ed was pretty cool. And can you believe it? $5,000. It's not even a donation to Big Day of Giving. It's just a grant for the Sacramento Comedy Spot.
That is so amazing, just a testament to what you've done in this community and the connections you've made. I mean, I know you shouted out Mr. Bloom earlier, but I want to shout you out, Brian. We wouldn't be here without you. You're the man. Everybody knows it. We're going to keep it chugging along. Some great shows coming up. Stay tuned. Donate if you can. We love you.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah. Good night.
Is there sun out?